Okay, this is the second time I've had to shoot this video because the first one, something came up that I didn't like in the video, so this is going to be just about thrift store scores that I've got, I think, since the end of May until now, which is July 3rd. So at the beginning of July, it's been a month since the last video. There's some stuff in behind this that I need to deal with. But let's see here. What CDs did I get? Quite a few, actually. Here's one. ABBA Icon. This was actually previously released as a 20th Century Master CD. That's what that is. Really. Didn't get any more from that. I bought this. I really only bought this for the infamous Neighbors, but I decided, you know what, I'll keep it in here for reasons. Because, hey, what if somebody wants to hear something from it? Which is probably not very likely. I don't know if I showed this at any point, but I bought this at one point as well. The CD's junk. I'm gonna have to recreate it. For the most part, I think there might be some good spots on it. I know I bought this there at some point. I'm not sure when that was. What else? This is also a junk CD. I'll have to rebuild. That one will be easier than the other one. What else? There should be more in here. This, Billy Racers. Hope this is all in focus. Cheryl Crow album. I don't believe there's anything else. Oh, yes there is. Incense, no strings attached. This is being a pain. I was hoping not to have to stop the video. That needs to get out of here. Over here we've got Mark Chestnut. Got a pair of Chris Ledoux CDs, one of which is not in the best of shape. And then underneath here we've got Ace of Base Cool Summer. There are more CDs, I think, but I'm not positive on that. We'll see. I have a couple collections of CDs sitting around. Oh, that is much better. I bought this as well for rather cheap. Not having two hands is really difficult. You can see it says West Germany on it, which I thought was rather cool. If it really was made in West Germany, that's actually fairly old. And the fact that it actually has some weight to it probably, well, it says a little bit more about the authenticity of that. What else? I don't think there's been anything else on that shelf. We've got a tablet down here that will actually be getting a video hopefully today. I'm going to get around to working with that. I don't think there's anything else on here that I haven't shown already. We've got a Sony Discman that I paid $1.99 for, if you believe that. Very nice unit. It works perfectly. We've got some 90-minute Sony normal bias cassette tapes and a T120 Maxell sealed in the package VHS tape. We've got a Sony CDP C235 CD changer. Works perfectly fine. I paid $5 for that. Pretty insane the kind of prices you can get things for. I bought this cable here, and this actually came with another thrift store score that I actually forgot about, sitting in the closet, which we'll go take a look at. Let's see. There's nothing really up there. There's nothing in there. Let's see, is there anything over here? This CD here, Ricky Martin and the Pointer Sisters. No, I didn't buy the Pointer Sisters. Pointer Sisters I bought somewhere else. What else? I'm trying to think here. That clock up there. Not that one. That one I need to fix. That one up there I bought for, what was that, $5? A little bit rich, but I had to have it, so. There's this down here. I didn't get the remote sending unit, but it does a pretty good job otherwise, and it had the humidity display, which is what I liked. Again, I probably paid a little bit too much for it, but it's there. There's nothing else back there, I don't think. Nothing else on this shelf, as far as I know. Let's see. Let's go over to the floor here, which is once again a mess because there's too many projects going on. I bought this. Needs a blacklight tube, but it works otherwise, and I figured that even without a blacklight tube, it's pretty damn cool. This I shouldn't have bought because it turns out it's got some age-related issues that I don't think I'm going to be able to solve, unfortunately. It's a, what is this? This is a Sony CCD F33 Video 8 Handycam. It worked when I brought it home, which is the only reason why I bought it, but it's since developed some picture issues. The viewfinder has never worked. I suspect that maybe it's been dropped at some point. But recently it started to develop, some of the viewfinder issues have now started to go towards the output. So maybe it's got some capacitor problems, or maybe the CCD's failing or something, I don't know. But either way, that's kind of unfortunate. Of course, I can't exchange it now, so I couldn't exchange it anyways. It was a no exchange item. Is there anything else on the floor that I can think of? I don't think so. So we'll go up here and take a look at some of the things. Nothing up there. I think I showed that already. We have a Yamaha CDC 585. Focus, please. 5-disc CD changer. I had this in the studio setup for a while, but I don't have the remote. I need to get the remote, but it was cheap. And you know what? It always helps to have spares anyways. There's a Pioneer CTW600R stereo cassette deck. There's a Sony TCW32 above it, that I've had for a while. It might have made a couple cameo appearances in videos. And something I bought yesterday, along with that Discman, is a TX SW200 stereo cassette deck, which does not have any logic control at all, which I think is very neat, and certainly unique in my collection of cassette decks, because the only one that also does not have control is this. I have logic control. But this is probably from either the 1970s or 1980s. It doesn't quite work properly, and I didn't buy it at the thrift store. I actually trash picked that. I've kept it around mainly because it's built like a tank, so. But yes, I think that is it for the thrift store scores. There's probably undoubtedly something I'm forgetting, but there you go. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then. Alright, a couple of other thrift store scores. I've forgotten to mention one that I've just gotten today recently. There's a Heineken mouse. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was cheap. Which was definitely a selling feature of it. It's a USB ball mouse, which isn't exactly the most common thing in the world, especially around here, but it could probably use a little cleaning. Excuse me. There's a Sony CCD TR4 Handycam in there. It's got some issues with the composite output, but seems to work fine otherwise. Over here, we have a travel clock. There'll be a video about that because there's a story behind it. And over here, we have a Spartus clock radio. Not a clock radio, just a regular alarm clock. Bought that today for probably way too much money, but hey, cheap clocks are something that I like to have around, especially wood grain ones. There's a metal power strip down there. Well, it's a metal cased power strip. 6-plug. I have another 6-plug power strip sitting over here as well. Right there. Okay, a couple additions that are very recent. There's a laptop in here. It's in pieces right now because I have to replace the power plug. That's all that's wrong with it. Probably paid too much for it, but I bought it for parts, so I figured 20 bucks for the RAM and the hard drive is not too bad, especially when brand new ones cost over 100. I shouldn't have bought this, but I did because I wanted to have a spare keyboard that was better than the Easy Eyes piece of junk I had. Yeah, it's kind of fruity, but I figure I could probably, if I really want to, I can remove all those stupid stickers. But hey, I think it actually looks kind of interesting and unique like that, so I might just leave it alone. I bought this cable here for too much money, but it's there. There's another pulsar cloak radio down there. Didn't pay too much for that. I thought it was rather neat. I like the color scheme. And I also liked the thin red LEDs, which is something else that that one up there has got. They're not as thin, but they're certainly not as thick as, you know, a normal clock radio would be. There's a GE right there. Paid way too much for that. That was like $7. Then there's that. There's a Sony Dream Machine right there. Oh, and one more thing that I almost forgot. That. It is an HP Compact, or what I like to call the HP Evo D530 Compact Mini Tower. Works nicely. Probably paid a bit too much for it. You're not going to find a computer for that price really anywhere else. So, I mean, you could probably buy them on eBay, but still. It's just a Pentium 4, socket 478, not too special. But there will be videos about it coming up as well, so you'll get to see more of the system unit.